Hello, hello, and welcome! You found your way to our humble little podcast, AAD, the greatest place in all of cyberspace. And today is the AAD Reunion show. Who'da thunk it? The AAD All-Stars are back on track and back on this show, and I'm super stoked to have them back. By the way, guys, this is a new show. I didn't think about doing any funny intros, so I don't have jokes. I didn't think about that until maybe the last, 30 minutes. I was sitting here and I'm like, what the fuck am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? And I was so wrapped up, and I got to tell people this really quick. I was so wrapped up in getting this new gear working today. I had this fancy wireless lapel mic, and I've still got my wireless buds in, which are working great, by the way, but I really had plans for a better microphone experience today. And I'm really going to let you guys down because for those of you not in the know, there's a microphone bar that sits about halfway through my monitor, and I miss about half the people when I'm looking at the screen, and it makes it kind of awkward for me to kind of talk to multiple people. So I was really hoping that I could get my lapel mic to work so that I could see everybody, but then only SEKJU's on camera, so it doesn't matter. By the way, the All-Stars lining up here, and I don't know how I'm going to organize them, but since SEKJU is on camera, and he's the only one on camera, he's probably going to be, I don't know, to my left or to my right. Somewhere along there, there's SEKJU. Hey, welcome, buddy.
Happy to be here.
And
Thanks for having me back.
No, the pleasure's all mine, buddy. And welcoming back from his second week on the tour, it's Biff by Adam West. Hey, buddy, welcome back from your iconic 80s show.
Yeah, no, that was a fabulous show, and I hope there's some extensions to that conversation.
I did, by the way.
I mean, if anyone had lapel mic on their bingo card,
right,
you win.
Right. I did watch The Miracle on Ice. I watched that movie Miracle with Kurt Russell. That was fantastic.
So good.
Wow.
So good.
Wow, blew my balls off. And then I watched the ESPN 30 for 30 on the Russian side. That was fabulous as well.
God.
Oh, what a heartbreaker.
So good. To hear the militant side and the inspiring side.
I know.
And just to hear the Russian perspective of how they were absolutely just...
It's insane. It's insane.
How a country could devastate them.
Yeah.
For just failure in sports is an amazing story.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, all right. But one thing's for sure, buddy, I'm damn glad to have you back 2 weeks in a row.
Absolutely.
2 weeks in a row. And also returning to the show today, we have Retpmus. Retpmus, we're going to get to you in just a second, but how are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing well. I'm hanging in there. I'm glad to be here, and it's really nice to get together with everybody again. It's been way too long.
Damn right. Damn right. Well, we're damn glad. I said Sam glad? I mean, we're damn glad to have you back on the show today. Why did I say Sam? Do I have something else on my mind? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Lapel Mike would have said, damn glad.
Who is she? I don't know. Welcome back, buddy. And last but certainly not least, the wittiest of Amazons herself, Witty Amazon. Welcome back to AAD. How you doing, kid?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, excited to have the old gang back together.
Damn right. And you know what we're going to talk about today?
I think so.
I think so too. Everything. Let's have a little chat. I want to start off with, I actually want to start with this top conversation because I don't want people to have to skip through the show to find it. But I am dying, Mr. Retpmus. I want to give you the floor for just a minute or five to give us a quick update on the game. Where is Altered Alliance Dimensions, and when can we expect it, buddy?
My goal is to, by the end of October, my birthday is actually Halloween, so I'm hoping to do it during my birthday, since I have off work. Get the demo out. I'm still waiting to get my license from both Apple and Google. So as soon as that gets underway and I do some testing, I plan on getting that out. Worst case scenario, it might be a week or so after that if it's not able to be pushed right then. But I have the demo, like I can push it out very, very soon. I just got to wait on a few factors. For the demo, I'm just going to be straightforward with it. It's just going to be the title screen. You're going to hit a button, and you're going to have probably like 3 levels to try out. Within those 3 levels, it's just going to be a bunch of different characters that I'm going to throw out there for you to try that aren't going to be readily available in the regular game because they'll be like omnipotent type characters, but it'll give you a chance to see what those play like. And then that way people can report any bugs like this ability is not working, or, something happened here. And then that way I can get them fixed before the final version. So this is just a test battle demo, not the actual game play itself with story mode or PvP. It just makes sure the battle mechanics are working for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. Now,
if that's successful and there's no major issues, then I'm planning on the actual game release in December, hopefully before Christmas.
Nice. That is a hell of an update, and we're so proud of the work that you've done on that. I know I can't wait to get into it. SEKJU's been helping you out quite a bit with that too, I know.
I wish people could see behind the scenes how much work has gone into it and how much time Retpmus has put into it, because it has been a solo venture. We were joking in our last quote unquote developers meeting about how whenever we do the title screen and the thank you screen, it's going to be like art in production by Retpmus, characters by Retpmus, everything by Retpmus, and justifiably so, because he did it all. So, hats off. And I just wish we had some sort of documentary so people could see what went into it behind the scenes, because it was impressive. That every piece I've seen has been very impressive and well worth my time.
I can vouch for that. It is very impressive.
It's a major undertaking, to say the least. I didn't realize that it would be this hard. I wouldn't say hard. I would say time consuming, because there's so many little aspects that people don't realize that have to go into things, because I'm doing the work of an entire team. One person from basic storyboarding to 2D artwork to 3D sculpting to animation to sound effects to game, controls to databases to, mobile devices.
It's a lot.
I could sit here and take the whole show and tell you every component that needs to be done. That's how much. And I've wanted to pull my hair out and quit multiple times. And I thank SEKJU for keeping me on track, or I would have stopped a long time ago.
Yeah, that's not even touching on the fact that he made soundtracks and all other kinds of things. Like, again, responsible for all the art, responsible for all the special effects. Like, every single thing that's in that game, his hands were on it. They are his. So it's really an impressive undertaking.
Yeah.
And think about it, because we played a game, how we all got together by a group, Warner Brothers, like a team that created a game. And to see Retpmus create this on his own with some support and some feedback from us and SEKJU and everyone, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
To think about, how can you create something as a solopreneur is astonishing, and it's I can't wait. I can't wait to see, the characters. I mean, I've been playing in the meantime since DC Legends died. I've been playing King Arthur Legends Rise, which I love, but it seems to be dying now. But I've never gotten into the mechanics. I've never gotten into the strategy. I've just gotten into the roster building. But I can't wait to get back into seeing Retpmus game AD and getting back into, okay, how do I build a good team? Not how do I get everyone, and how do I lift everyone up to the highest level they can be, which is what I've been doing in my pastime. But how do I also create the most synergistic team, and how do I leverage Biff and AB and Sir Lancelot and things, you know what I mean, from different genres, and build it. So I'm looking forward to it, and I applaud you for your work. I applaud you for your dedication. And I couldn't be more prepared to open my wallet and invest in the game.
You know, that all I care about really is just to be able to keep the servers up.
Yep.
And have a little bit of money to help pay for bills. That's all I care about. I don't want to be a millionaire or get rich off this, because it was never intended for that. But boy, I'd love to be able to make some money.
Oh no, so certainly, and I completely get it. As someone that left the corporate world 2.5 years ago and is still searching for full-time employment, that's not worried about a salary, I get it. Like there's some things that are purpose driven, and some things that are just something you want to make a difference. And I can't wait.
I do have one quick thing to say. Like when this demo does come out, there'll probably be roughly around 10 to 12 characters that are just going to be playable. You're not going to upgrade the characters or anything like that. It's just, like I've said before, just to test out battle mechanics. But once this fully gets out there, when I actually push the real game out, characters will start coming out a lot, because then I can just develop or spend my time just sculpting out the characters, retopologizing them, animating them, and just getting the new ones in the game for what people want the most of. And I can start little polls, like, who do you want next? Do you want like Dracula? Do you want Frankenstein? Do you want Alice in Wonderland? You know, characters like that. And you guys can all vote on it, and then I'll just push to get those out. And with the game core being right now, the game engine, like battle mechanics, it's like 99% solid. I mean, I don't have any glitches when I play it, 0, and I've tested the heck out of it. So with that being done, I don't have to spend all that time. I mean, there's easily over 100,000 lines of code in this game that I've done. But like I was saying, once it's out there, then it's just, okay, the core mechanics are done. Let's just start adding new characters. Okay, now let's add new levels. Let's add new worlds. Let's add new experiences, because I don't have to worry about that solid foundation, you know, the under stuff that nobody sees.
Oh, sure, right.
You know, rock solid. And that's what we need to be rock solid. We won't have those glitches that we had like in DC Legends.
Yeah, when a new character drops, you have instant glitches on everything. And
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask Retpmus, where are we going to be able to get this this demo, and then eventually the game? Is it going to be in the Apple Store, Google Store?
It's like I said, as soon as I get my accounts finalized, I want to put the demo up on both the Apple Store and the Android Store. So you should be able to download the demos from there. There will be no online connectivity because I'm stripping the database stuff out of it. And then in the final, you know, the version when you download the full version, it's going to have, of course, the database, just like how DC Legends did and all the other games out there. This is going to store all your data online, so you don't have to worry about it, and you can switch between devices and stuff. So both Apple and Android, possibly Windows, Linux, and Mac later on. I have the ability to put them out there. So I might do that for people that want a bigger experience, higher graphic, you know, detail level, play it on your personal computer, things like that. It's not a big leap to go there, but my main focus is mobile, because everybody carries their phone around, you know, so it's more accessible, I think, than sitting down at only being able to sit down at a computer to play it.
No, I agree. And I think I speak for all of us when I say thank you so much for doing this. It's a lot of work, like everybody else has already praised you for. I don't know if I can say anything extra, but gosh, I think I'm looking forward to doing this. I know Biff is looking forward to it. I know for sure SEKJU is looking forward to it. Witty's looking forward to it. All of us are looking forward to it. And if you're looking forward to it, you know, stick around, because more news is sure to come in the coming weeks. I'm positive of that. So,
and by the way, if we're doing polls on what characters we'd like to see released. I can tell you this from my personal perspective. I know my 15-year-old beagle Mo is going to be a character in the app, and I would love to see him released because he has had a few months of declining health, and he is an absolute inspiration to me and my family.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go
No.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, your character will be the first tag team character in my game. So it's going to be Biff and Mo together as a combo character on the screen. So you're going to be able to like call Mo out to do attacks and things like that. But there's a surprise later on. There is going to be another version of just Mo by himself, and that's going to be a secret version. So you'll look forward to that one later on.
I'm thrilled that it's a tag team version to start, because that's who we are. We have me and Mo together have both saved my wife's life, and we are a team, and we have spent way too much time the last 3 months at the vet.
Do me one favor, Biff, if you can.
Yeah.
If you can, get me one sample of him barking so I can add him barking in the game.
Oh, by the way,
that's so cool.
based on what the doctors have now deemed cognitive decline, which I guess in a 15-year-old dog is common. He barks. He has never barked in his life, had any sort of barking problem, but recently he has started to have a barking problem. So I will have no problem creating that.
All right, good
that
deal.
audio for you right now.
I just wanted to have him barking, just every now and then or something.
He has been. I was not a dog person until him, and he has just been an absolute inspiration to saving our family during times of tragic loss and life-threatening family illness. And to have him part of the game just absolutely warms my heart.
Well, thank you very much, guys.
And he just got a very positive ultrasound on Wednesday, and that has, knock on wood, given us a reprieve until early January 2026, until his next vet visit, unless something changes.
Well, that's good news.
So to have 3 months of not having to go to the vet and not having major surgeries or ultrasounds or anything is a huge relief for me and my family.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to segue away from that, but we'll do our very best, folks. Fucking Biff.
Yeah, I'm like tearing up here.
I know. I'm so sorry. Let's move on then. Let's start talking about what we're here to talk about between all of us, and that is, is the honeymoon over between the fans and James Gunn in the Gunniverse? In the Gunniverse, is that what they're calling it? I don't know.
I'm not sure the honeymoon ever really got started, because
you don't think so?
I feel like half the fan base has been divided since the beginning as far as James Gunn is concerned, so I don't know that there was ever truly a honeymoon period, really.
I don't know. I mean, the film got pretty good reviews.
Oh, I agree, but I just think in general, when you talk about the James Gunn verse, it's not just the one movie; it's the whole universe as a whole. And
correct.
He's faced a lot of different criticisms. I don't know. Are we referencing more like some of the talk that's come up after the conclusion of Peacemaker season 2?
Yeah, we're gonna go there too, definitely,
okay.
Because there's a lot to unpack here, right? Just me personally, right? And maybe I'll kick the conversation off and say this: I thought that the Superman film, and still do think that it's a great film. You watch it as a standalone object, and you're like, okay, that it freaking works. Peacemaker season 2 kind of confused me a little. And I think it's because we never really knew where, at least I never really knew where this version or this Peacemaker was from. You know, he shows up at the end of season 1, and it's all the classic. It's the Flash, and it's Aquaman, and you know, it's your B tier Zack Snyder Justice League characters. Only this time it's swapped out with Hawkgirl and Green Lantern. And okay, what universe is this?
I think that was intended as like a retcon. Like, I think that was like the on-screen equivalent of like when
right,
do like a mild reboot.
But you can't retcon that, because now you're saying that the entire Zack Snyderverse is part of canon now, aren't you?
I think it kind of ties into the whole DC premise that they said everything is part of canon now.
Oh my God.
Isn't that one of the big deals that they did, is that everything across all the mediums is now part of DC canon in some way, shape, or form? Isn't that hypertime? The whole concept of hypertime?
Yeah, I guess so, but
it's confusing.
It is confusing.
It's confusing on screen for the casual viewer, and it's even confusing for a DC Comics fan. So
correctamundo.
Yeah, no, I think it's not confusing for the casual fan. I think it's confusing for the diehard DC fan. Because, for example, for me, like, I will have none of anyone discouraging Peacemaker season 2. I thought it was fantastic. In every aspect. I think it took you down so many different paths and was so entertaining. And where Peacemaker season 1 I enjoyed, it was goofy, right? And in season 2 they changed goofy to human and real.
Yeah.
And I thought it was done fantastically.
Well, that part was done great. There's no disputing that. I think that was probably the best John Cena has ever acted, quote unquote, in his life, right? Especially the last couple of episodes. But I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe you're right. Maybe the diehards are more confused by it.
Yeah,
I still don't know what.
You dive too deep.
Yeah,
you can get into that spiral of that where it's like when you look at all of these different movies, it's like, was I entertained for 2 hours?
Yeah,
you know, or am I getting caught up in the lore or the, you know, there's so much.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Peacemaker season 2 as well, but there are some parts that I feel like where they missed the mark on certain things. Like, part of what makes Peacemaker such a great show is the supporting characters, and I feel like a lot of the supporting characters and their storylines were shoved off into the last 3 episodes of the season, which kind of needed to happen for the way they were presenting that story. But like, again, like I don't want to spoil anything for people that haven't seen the show, but like, Judo Master doesn't get a ton to do in season 1, but he's funny when he's on screen. The moments he has are entertaining, and it's the same thing in season 2. And you finally get some Judo Master, it's really entertaining. And I feel like there were some moments that they could have done more of that in the first half of the season, and I feel like that affected it a little bit. Again, still love the season, but I think they could have improved certain areas. And I also think that the way that they wrapped up the season, trying to set up things for the future, was great. But I feel like they left some dangling plot threads from their own season 2, and now that we don't know we're necessarily getting a season 3, like, that I think is frustrating to the fan base.
Oh, definitely.
But that doesn't detract from my enjoyment overall, but I can see where people would have an issue with it.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that.
Maybe I think we lost your audio again.
You lost my audio again?
Oh, you're back.
Okay, there we go. Sorry. Technical difficulties, folks. I'll try to scoot closer to the microphone. Witty, you're awful quiet over there.
Yeah, I didn't do my my homework on this one because I haven't been caught up with Peacemaker. Yeah, season 1 didn't do it for me. I watched the whole thing, and it's not my cup of coffee. I didn't find it funny. Also, I don't think John Cena is actually a serious actor, so I didn't follow it going into season 2. But I do know what you're talking about, because I saw it online in a couple of sites, and I don't think it's supposed to be confusing when he shows the new Justice League supporting the character. I think he's doing his own reboot and erasing Zack Snyder's Justice League and putting his own mark going forward from this one, because I think Peacemaker is supposed to set up new shows and new movies going forward, and he just is just erasing everything from the past and from Zack Snyder to do his own thing from that moment on.
Yeah, it's funny you mention that, because I actually saw
One
Batman.
thing I can say is, if you didn't like Peacemaker season 1, that doesn't mean you wouldn't like Peacemaker season 2.
Sure.
It's the same characters, though.
Yeah.
Yes, but wildly different in how it's presented and how they do it. Like, as I said, like season 1, if you didn't like the comedy in season 1, I did. Like, Canadian Tuxedo still has me laughing, right? Like that's I'm all in. But season 2 was more serious, about family, about death, about about
relationships in general and character growth.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you for saving me there, as I lost my train of thought. So it is completely different, but I enjoyed both sides of it. I went into season 2 thinking I was going to get the goofy Canadian Tuxedo laughs, and I didn't. But I still enjoyed it.
There were still some funny parts to it.
Oh, certainly. Oh, of course, because the characters are still funny. But
sure.
Like, for example, like right away you do that stupid intro they do.
The dancing intro,
which by the way, I like. My wife hates it.
Right.
Like she's like, oh my God, this is so stupid. Why do they spend 60 seconds doing this dumb intro and song?
Because it's fun.
It is fun. But then you see right away in episode 1 that Hardcore and Cena are going to have a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
For the intro.
Yeah.
But it's almost a spoiler.
You know what I like about this? I like your wife.
Oh no, she. By the way, okay, so Witty, here's a perfect example. My wife watched the pilot episode of season 1 and would not watch another episode of Peacemaker season 1.
My wife was the same way.
Okay, so I then deplored her to say, will you please watch? And I was 5 episodes into season 2. And I said, hey, would you give season 2 a shot? And I had her watch the finale of season 1 and then season 2, episode 1. And she was like, yeah, I'm in. She hates the intro. Okay, she doesn't like that.
It's super silly.
Yeah, no, she hates the intro. She hates the intro in season 1. She hates the intro in season 2. But she actually thoroughly enjoyed season 2. And she watched every episode with me and was all in.
Well,
my wife.
That's good. That's good. You guys find something in common. I mean, in some way, it's kind of like you tortured her into it, but she ended up liking it. It's good, and the show has got great reviews, and everyone online seems to like it, except for maybe that last episode that had some controversy that I don't even know what it is about because I haven't watched it. But apart from that last episode, I think everybody liked that show. And I'm glad it's successful, so that James Gunn actually has something to work on and to build his universe upon. But I haven't been interested in it since I gave a first shot to season 1. I watched all of it. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah. Did you watch any of Creature Commandos, Witty?
Oh, I have watched like a few minutes.
Okay.
It wasn't for me either. As far as animated shows go, I watched what's it called? I don't know what's it called anymore. The one where they had the Titans. They had the whole gang together. That one was really good. I'm gonna have to Google the name because I don't remember it anymore.
Right.
But those were really good, and I don't think Creature Commandos lived up to it. I didn't even like the animations. I don't know.
Young
They're
Justice?
kind of weird. No.
You mean like newer stuff?
Yeah, it's one that Tootie likes too. We used to talk about it on the show. I just
Young Justice.
I'm just having Young Justice. Yeah.
Young Justice.
Young Justice. Yeah, I was googling it. Yeah.
I mean, that was
that's fantastic. That show was perfect.
I especially love the last season of that show with the acronym, every episode spilling out "Invitation to Neil."
Yeah, all of it. I think they could have gone on for a few more seasons for sure, because they got so much material from the comics that they could have kept it going.
Yeah. Well, they never technically officially canceled it, so technically it could.
Yeah, but they never brought it back. It's been a few years now.
It was missing for 4 or 5 years after season 1 and 2 as well, and they came back.
And it wouldn't have any influence on James Gunn's universe, so
Yeah.
I don't know why they haven't capitalized on that.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Like that show.
I did like Creature Commandos, though. Going back to what AB was asking about that one, I thought that they did decent with that. I understand that, not everything's going to be everyone's cup of tea, of course.
Sure.
But, I thought in general that show was pretty good. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to like the characters,
Yeah.
I watched the first episode. I mean, none of the characters there spoke for me, so I kind of lost interest on that. Maybe the story was good. I didn't like the animations, the design on the characters, and I wasn't interested on those characters. I think DC has some of the greatest characters ever from the comics, and they could have done so much more and given the spotlight to other characters, to other beloved characters from the fans, apart from those. So that was my issue with it.
Definitely an obscure set to start with.
Yeah.
Gotta agree with that. But I was very excited with Creature Commandos because they actually talked about Dr. Will Magnus, and I'm so excited about the prospect of the Metal Men potentially appearing in anything. So they had him in it. I'm like, yes, Doc Magnus exists, and James Gunn acknowledges his existence. Yes.
That's pretty funny. So with his whole universe now spanning from the Suicide Squad to Creature Commandos and then Superman and now Peacemaker Season 2. I guess Peacemaker Season 1 was also quote unquote part of his universe. And they're going to do the Supergirl movie next. Gosh. What do you guys think about the potential villain for the next movie that's coming out in Superman wise? I think I heard a rumor about who it was supposed to be.
Isn't it supposed to be Brainiac?
That's what I heard.
About time.
Yeah. And I would agree, it is about time. But that it leads me to the question, which was the central point around the discussion that I wanted to ask was, what is the state of James Gunn's Gunniverse here? Because it seems like it's a mixed bag. And when you start throwing other film projects into the mix and start going full throttle, I don't know. I don't know how well this next project is going to be received. I don't know.
I don't know. I could see it going a couple different ways.
Right.
Because Lobo is a very popular character, and people have been wanting Jason Momoa as Lobo for years. So just based on that alone, I could see a ton of fans that wouldn't show up necessarily even for the Superman movie showing up for that movie. Like the same people that refuse to see the Superman movie because they support Henry Cavill's iteration of the character.
Right.
Those same people I don't think are going to have an issue going to see Jason Momoa play Lobo in the Supergirl movie. And I just don't think that there's that same, I don't want to call it animosity, but it kind of is that way.
It is, yeah.
Towards that creative process. Now, where I'm worried about that is having read Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and if that's what the storyline is based off of, I'm not the biggest fan of that particular story and the way that it portrays Supergirl. I'm not sure if that's the kind of Supergirl portrayal we want, but
I haven't read it
I'll
yet.
reserve judgment.
I haven't read that yet.
It's just I don't know. I don't want to spoil the story for anyone that hasn't read it, but if you get a chance, pick up Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I think Tom King was the one that put that one together.
Right.
It is a decent story. I just don't really care much for Supergirl's characterization during that story.
Okay.
Some people are going to love it, though. Again, not everyone's going to have their cup of tea. I don't think it's going to be my cup of tea in that movie, but I'm still going to check it out and see if I like it.
Sure.
By the way, I'm 100% against Jason Momoa as Lobo.
Really?
100,
He looks like
really. He's Lobo up and down.
Lobo.
Right.
No, of course he is.
Khal Drogo basically was Lobo.
Of course he is, but to me, he's Aquaman.
That's fair.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's it's unfortunately there's a thing in acting called typecasting, where once you become a character, once you become an iconic character, okay, Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa, Gal Gadot.
I don't think that's typecasting. I think they fit the role really well. I mean, typecasting, it's like Jason Statham, he does the same kind of movies, plays the same character
Right.
over and
No, you're
over
right.
and different action movies. I don't think that's typecasting. I think they fit the role to a T. And sometimes it's really hard to other people to fill in their shoes.
Right.
And that's kind of what happened with Corn Sweat. But in the case of Jason Momoa, I don't think that fits, because for me, I look at the guy and he looks like Lobo. I didn't know how he got that part, because he doesn't look like Aquaman in any of the comics I've ever seen or designs in animated shows. It doesn't look the part. It looks like Lobo. So for me, it makes sense. I have no issue watching him as Lobo in that movie.
If he was Lobo first, I'd 100% agree with you. But unfortunately, he captained.
The thing is, he looks like
Aquaman.
Lobo in real life. So,
and he'll probably have makeup on his face, because Lobo's face is kind of more white.
Yeah.
Does he
has,
need
like,
it?
the things over his eyes, so it won't be directly. You won't look at him and go, "Oh, that's Aquaman." 'cause he'll be different looking.
Yeah.
AB, I'm all in for the Undertaker as Lobo.
Well, that would work. That would really work.
100%. I would fully endorse.
geriatric Lobo.
Well, by the way, that guy still holds his own with 20-year-olds.
Oh yeah.
So he is as a good in shape 50-something.
There was
as anyone
only
could
50 years
possibly.
old?
Maybe is he 60s now?
He's in his 60s, yeah.
Okay. But he still competes with 20.
I mean, he looked 50 like 30 years ago. So
No,
that was a genuine question.
But I can tell you, the Undertaker would be a better Lobo than Jason Momoa.
I think.
I don't know.
But I agree. But I agree. Jason, if he never played Aquaman, should be Lobo.
I don't know. I wasn't so amazed with him as Aquaman, so I don't have an issue.
Oh no,
giving him...
the first Aquaman, I put a tick below the first Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I mean,
not so much.
I can rewatch them both, but Wonder Woman, in my opinion, was a far superior overall movie.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Enjoyment.
But a tick below is what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, like, you don't put the most, and maybe I'm making a transition for AB here. You wouldn't put this recent Superman movie on par with either of those two, whether it was good or
definitely
whether it was good or it wasn't.
But you shouldn't, because they're completely different.
Yeah, they're tonally completely different.
Yeah, it's
they're all
opposite
different.
end. Well, they're opposite ends of the
different.
spectrum, though.
Look, I'm gonna say this. Unlike Biff, I would put on the second spot maybe Shazam, the first one, instead of Aquaman, because it looks more realistic and the message is a lot better than Aquaman, and it doesn't need all that CGI on the water stuff. Personally, I like Shazam the character better than Aquaman.
You didn't like the octopus playing the drums?
The whole premise of the movie, yeah.
You didn't like the octopus playing the drums?
Oh. I mean,
Wait, was that Little
not gonna be all
Mermaid
about
or
That was
Aquaman?
in Aquaman.
That was in
that was an
Aquaman, yeah.
Aquaman. Yeah,
Oh,
There's
okay.
definitely an octopus plane.
Well,
from
it was
There's an octopus
it was
there.
definitely in the Little Mermaid too.
Oh,
That's probably where they got it from.
yeah, they're
Yes,
both under the
absolutely.
sea. Oh,
It's funny you mentioned that though, Witty, because I was just thinking that Shazam movie would actually fit really well with this new Superman movie in terms of like appealing to similar audiences. I feel like.
I don't know. I even feel it's less goofy than Superman in a
little,
way.
I mean, some.
And there's a lot of kids there, so I don't know. I don't think Shazam hit the spot really well with the fans, because at the time they were all expecting darker stories and a darker tone. This one seems to be a little bit more a little bit more light and fun, in a way. But yeah, maybe it would fit in a way, but still, I think Shazam and Wonder Woman, those roles were fit pretty well. I can say the same with Aquaman, because I don't he the dude makes the role a little bit more serious, because Aquaman is no one's favorite character or favorite superhero. He was mocked by everyone in the superhero world because you don't know, a guy riding a seahorse and shit.
right. He talks to fish.
And he makes him look like a buff dude that you gotta take seriously.
Right.
And that's what Momoa did for the character, but I don't think he necessarily fits the role as much as he should.
Well,
For me, he will be a better Lobo than an Aquaman for sure.
yeah, I mean, they needed to hack off his hand to give him a harpoon, and then he would have been just like the '90s and early 2000s
Oh, yeah.
Aquaman that was on the Justice League
Yeah.
and all that. That's basically his characterization in general. That was the version of Aquaman he was playing.
And by the way, I
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
with Witty 100% that Momoa makes a better Lobo than an Aquaman. Unfortunately,
Played that one first.
exactly, and that's where I'm saying, like, if he played Lobo first, 100%. But the problem is the genie's out of the bottle, and they created that Aquaman. And by the way, I would, if on TNT on television, Aquaman's first movie is on, or Shazam's first movie is on, I can tell you unequivocally which one I'm clicking on. You know,
Oh yeah, me too. It's a matter of taste. I mean,
absolutely. I would
not
never
gonna judge.
watch.
I liked Aquaman too. Maybe not as much as you did, but
Yeah.
I would watch it again with no issue.
And by the way, there is absolutely no argument, in my opinion, and obviously in my opinion,
Yeah.
that the number one movie in DC history that I will click on immediately will be the first Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That one's easy to watch every time.
For sure, and not just for me. It's one of the movies, and you know when a movie is good is it's when someone that doesn't even know DC or understand the universe who enjoys those movies. And I had people go with me and watch the movie on theaters and absolutely love it. And no matter what you say about the actress or her abilities or whatever it is, she did a great job, and that movie was perfect to a T. And if someone who doesn't even like superhero stuff likes that movie, it just proves that it was amazing, and in fact it was.
Yeah, I like that's my favorite probably as well. But if you would cut everything out of Wonder Woman 84 and just leave the part only of Lily Aspel being the young Wonder Woman, that would be a fantastic movie as well. Because that little girl played Diana Prince so freaking well. I love her acting. I mean, it was so cute and adorable, but yet she was a powerhouse behind it. And I think she just made that role.
Honestly, even my opinion of Wonder Woman 84 has softened a bit after repeat viewings. Like, when I first watched it, I very passionately thought it was terrible, but after...
It's not as bad as you guys say.
No, it's not.
Right.
It's not. It isn't.
No, it isn't.
I think it just...
I mean, come on.
It's a downgrade from her going into war and actually having some meaningful fights and helping those people in need, from going to the 80s and all of those the fashion,
shopping malls and
the
bullshit.
trends,
Yeah.
the shopping malls. It just puts the stakes at a lower level, and I think that's what put people off, because
Yeah.
at first she was going to the trenches and helping soldiers to saving people in shopping malls, and I think that was very much the issue.
Well,
And also the premise of the movie with a character that she couldn't physically fight,
right.
Max Lord. She couldn't physically fight him, so they had to have Cheetah there, which I thought someone who plays comic characters did a great job. I think the actress made a great job with Cheetah, and the contrast between the two in the overall movie. I think they did great. The problem was Max Lord, and having someone that she cannot actually fight him physically.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the same thing with Superman. He can't physically fight Luthor, but look how good they're able to
Yeah,
do
but
those stories.
but Luther has engineered a turducken of a villain that you could fight. So.
Yeah. Right, but I'm saying it's the same kind of concept. What really turned me off of Wonder Woman was the last battle, really, with Catwoman versus or Catwoman. Listen to me, Cheetah versus Wonder Woman, where she goes and gets that special armor, to fight her, and then she just destroys the armor in a few seconds. And it was supposed to be this all-powerful armor. I I really dislike that part because I think it should have lasted a little bit to show how powerful that armor was, because that was supposed to be the ancient armor that like protected that
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
one
in that
warrior.
moment, they're showing how strong Cheetah is. I think you're
But she
seeing
wasn't that
from a
strong
different
because she killed
perspective.
her.
Oh yeah, but they needed to include that because Max Lord was not gonna physically fight her. So that was my issue. If Cheetah was the single villain for that movie, it would have
Yeah.
been so much better for
Oh
sure.
God.
Okay.
Any member of the Legion of Doom that is the protagonist of any of these DC heroes, yeah, as I said, 84 has grown on me as well over time, and I agree with Woody 100%. That the Max Lord part was the problem, not
I kind of like
certainly
that
not the
though.
Cheetah problem.
I like
They could
that
have
though,
done they could
Biff.
have done Cersei. They had better characters to include there. They could have gotten with Cersei and upped it up a notch.
I like the story about Maxwell Lord where he's like a nobody. He's
Right.
a father trying to get the approval of his child. He's doing everything he can to do that, and yet he loses his way with power. And it's just that time old story about like when you let stuff go to your head or the power corrupts. And I think that's what they were trying to portray to everybody. And if you look at it that aspect, it was done very well in that storytelling. So, I mean, I didn't hate that part. I kind of like the part about it, but I understand what he's saying about, you know, it was kind of like split. It was like he was the main story. The
Yeah,
movie
and
was really about him.
his undoing was a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know what I think?
What?
I think that we spent the last 30 or so minutes talking about Zack Snyder's universe and not James Gunn's.
I gotta
So
pivot for
let's
you.
kick it with James Gunn's.
No,
I gotta
no,
pivot
no.
for you because I think James Gunn is really setting the table for a much better Max Lord and Wonder Woman interaction in the
Mm.
because if
Yeah.
you get all the pieces in place now after the Superman movie, you have Lex Luthor and nanotechnology. If you look at the end of Peacemaker, you have a specific organization that plays a significant role during the lead up to Infinite Crisis, and you have all the pieces in place you need for the one-man Army Corps story where Brother Eye gets stolen from Batman and is being used to turn regular people into nano warriors that kill metahumans. So I feel like we're potentially heading towards that cool interaction where Max Lord is actually revealed as the villain he is that can push people's minds not using the monkey paw but using his latent psychic ability, and Wonder Woman has to snap his neck to free his control on Superman. If that's where we're headed, I am all about it.
I like that
Way
monkey's
too
paw.
deep.
Right.
Just saying. All the pieces are there. The engineer existing alone shows that the technology is there for them to do that storyline, and it's already baked into the universe.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. You know, I mean, look, it could either go full throttle and be the greatest thing that anybody ever saw, or it's going to wind up like a hot, wet popcorn fart.
I just
So
hope Lanterns is decent. Like, I
yeah,
like the casting so far, other than the Hal Jordan casting, but I'm willing to give it a chance. But I hope it's good. I really like the Jon Stewart casting, and I imagine he's going to be the main Green Lantern of this DC universe. So they got, I think, the right guy for that, and I hope that works out at least.
yeah, yeah. So I hate to wrap this up so quickly, but I know we'd spent a lot of time talking about Zack Snyder's universe, but I just want a really quick rating from you guys. What is your rating? Grade it on a scale of A to F of the James Gunn verse so far as a DC fan. And I'll start with you, Retpmus. What is your grade for James Gunn's Gunniverse so far?
By it, I mean, wasn't Peacemaker out before he got the role in DC himself? I mean, wasn't it still under like pretty much Snyderverse when he started the first season?
Yes.
So do you include that in the new universe then? Or do you just include the two things that are out now and that's it, just Superman and Creature Commandos?
And Peacemaker
season 2, yeah.
Right, but I'm saying it was initially under the other. He just carried it over. So it's really, he merged it into his new one, but it really wasn't.
He was doing his thing, so I would include it.
Okay, so overall, A to F, I would give it a B. I mean, I really would, because I think he took it. He's pleasing a lot of fans. He's giving, like, Creature Commandos is a little bit more adult oriented, so he's touching that base, you know, for people that want, you know, a little bit more comedic, but more, you know, adult oriented, not real childish. Same thing with Peacemaker. But yeah, he goes and makes Superman kind of like a sequel to the old Christopher Reeve type movies, where it's a family oriented film. There's not like a lot of excessive violence in it, but yet it gets the point across. So you could take pretty much anybody to that movie, where there were some things in Snyderverse which was a little bit too heavy toned for younger children. So it's all dependent on what your style is. I can't compare his Superman to Zack Snyder's Superman because they're completely opposites. They're not even close to being in, you know, the same material. So I would have to give it a B because it's enjoyable. They're not my favorite in the world, but I didn't have any really issues with it. So I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing more that he can put out before I give a harsh grade, because he's new. He only has one movie. Zack Snyder had multiple ones, you know.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
Yep, you're muted, AB, again.
Lost your audio.
Am I not muted again?
Oh,
now, there you are.
Okay. So let's pull it over to you then, Biffy. What is your grade so far?
Well, I will say this. I don't know. I have not watched Creature Commandos in any capacity. So I can't have a take on that. I have watched Superman and I have watched Peacemaker season 2. So I'll grade on those two specifically.
Sure.
I will give them a B plus. Superman to me was interesting. So Peacemaker season 2, I've already shared my thoughts on that. I thought it was an A. Superman, I had no problems with. I thought it was good. I thought the relationship between Lois and Clark was portrayed oddly. I don't know how to say it differently. But the only thing I would take away from the Superman movie was I thought it had too many Batman vibes.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, where you had Gotham or Metropolis turning on the ultimate hero for that place. And that is very significant with Batman. and not as significant, but still there in multiple Superman stories. And you guys know far more about Superman than I do. But it had that vibe of the city turning on the hero. And I found that odd.
Well, I mean, that happened to Spider-Man. It happens to a lot of heroes.
It happens to all of them.
Right.
Trope, you know.
Yeah.
But it happens to Batman in almost every story.
Yeah.
And it very seldomly happens to Superman. So I found that interesting. That's all. I'm trying to give you guys a take from a non-Superman fan.
Sure.
That is different. I thought it was a good movie. I was entertained for 2 hours, and I do not regret spending that 2 hours watching the movie.
Right.
So I give that a very positive grade. But that is my hot take.
Okay.
Opinion on the Superman movie.
All right. So we got a B+ from Biff. SEKJU, what about it, buddy? What do you what's your grade for the James Gunniverse so far?
I'm probably in the same range as Biff, but I would probably lean more towards A- than B+, only because I've really enjoyed everything so far, and I don't think it's perfect. I think there are flaws. I think there's lots of room for improvement, but I've really enjoyed it. Like Superman, I know some people like different versions of the things. I like all versions of Superman. There's not a Superman out there that I don't like. I really like this one. I probably watched that movie at least 10 times.
You like the red and the blue?
That,
the lightning guys?
Yeah, I didn't mind Superman Light with the Millennial Giants and everything. I didn't mind that either. I liked it all. Now, when you're talking red and blue from the 70s when they were just particular dudes wearing a red and blue costume, I can't remember too many of those stories. But the modern electric one, I didn't mind it so much. It was weird, but Superman had a lot of campy fun.
Yeah. Sorry to interject.
No. That's a perfect example of like, I like that weird shit too. It's all good. There's very, very rare moments that there's something Superman oriented that I don't like, and because of that, I think it skews my grade a bit because I just love Superman so much. And Peacemaker was great. Season 2 was great, even though I did say I'm one of those people that kind of takes a bit of an issue with the finale, but not too much. Just I feel like there were dangling plot threads that needed to be wrapped up if you're not going to have a season 3 guaranteed. That's my only issue with it. But Creature Commandos, I loved. I've watched that a couple times through. I thought it was very well crafted. And again, it's not going to hit every audience member the same way. Not everyone's going to like it. I happen to enjoy it. I've explained one of the big reasons why already. So for me, it's an A- right now, and I'm excited to see what comes next. But I'd also be equally comfortable saying B+.
Fair enough.
Oh, maybe I think. Oh,
no, I'm here.
I thought I couldn't hear you again. I don't know. Maybe
on my side. Can I make one addition to my comments?
No.
On the Superman movie, I thought they did an amazing job of the look of Clark Kent versus the look of Superman.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of my biggest issues with Batman 66, which is my favorite series of all time in DC, is how do you not understand that Grayson is Robin? Like, he just has a thing over his eyes. Right? It's like so obvious that when Bruce Wayne stands next to Dick Grayson, that's Batman and Robin. It's like too obvious. But they did a really good job of making him look completely different than Superman.
Yeah,
and I thought that was masterfully done.
Yeah, they did a good job with the glasses and the wig and the whole thing. I made it look like two different people, which, that's the thing that my wife even made a comment on. She's like, wow, for the first time, you really have to look twice to make sure that that's the same actor. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Good observation.
That touches on one of my issues with the movie, though, is you only had about 60 seconds of Clark Kent in the entire movie. So that's great. It's a Superman movie. You want it to be largely Superman, but at the same time, like, I always do enjoy when there is a little bit of Clark doing some investigative reporting or, reporting on Inner Gang or something. I don't know, but I still loved it. I love that movie. It's great.
Indeed. Witty, what about you? What's your grade?
Well, there's a, there's a lot of things about this universe that I haven't been caught up with, and I've told you that.
Right.
I did watch the Superman movie, and as you all know, I wasn't a big fan. If I had to rate it from an A to an F, it would be an F for forgettable, because most of the things I've watched that I've already forgotten about it, and honestly, if I'm zapping through channels and that movie is on, I don't think I'm gonna watch it again. I don't feel the need to watch it again. I think for Peacemaker's sake, even if I'm not a fan of that genre, I have to give him credit, because he did found a ground of fans for that specific kind of show, and the ratings are really good. And I do think he should get a season 3 and keep it going, because as far as I know, it's a huge success. Whether I like it or not, it was a huge success, and he should keep it going, because that sets up the rest of his universe. And I'm really looking forward for the Lantern series. That one I'm gonna watch every episode, and it's probably the only thing I'm excited about from his upcoming projects. As for the movies go, I'm not sure about Supergirl yet. I wasn't a big fan of the casting just yet, but I guess we'll have to see and give her a chance. But for Superman, for me, yeah, from A to F, it was an F. Forgettable. I think Corn Sweat looks the part. It was best choice it could probably make for the character. Everything else, I think it was a bit, yeah. It was, I don't know. He made him look like a B tier character, like a beta character, and Superman is supposed to be the biggest badass guy you could ever face. You know, that invincible guy that you can only break with kryptonite, and they didn't give that vibe. He came off as a schoolboy, and not a super super alien that could destroy the whole universe if he wanted. And that for me that didn't work out. The supporting characters as well. Everyone knows I'm not a big fan of Lois Lane. I think she's the one of the worst characters ever created, and I don't like her in any universe except for Smallville. I did like the one from Smallville because she has a little spunk, but Lois Lane, my God, if they could make a Superman movie without her, that would be great, because I don't know what use she is there. She gets so much screen time, and her only purpose is to be his girlfriend, so I don't know why she gets so much screen time. They gave a lot of the supporting characters like Olsen, what was her name? The girl he was dating, and she was dating Luther as well.
Tess Mucker?
There were a lot of there were a lot of supporting characters that I feel that they didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of junk pressed in there that they could have used for better stuff. Also, the action sequences, they're very, very basic. At some point, it looked like they were dancing and not fighting. I don't know. And also that whole thing with the villain being Corn Sweat with the long hair. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, we've been there, we've done that, and we've done it better. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a lot of issues with it. I don't think the story did a lot for me. The only plus was Corn Sweat as Superman, because he does look like Superman and he fit the role. Other than that, I don't think anything else made me look, oh, this made sense. It made sense to reboot this, to do a new movie, to give this universe another shot. For me, it didn't hit that way.
Interesting take, and I'm so
Jimmy
happy.
Olsen did get a lot of
and that
they had
guy's
a lot of
supposed
time
to
on
get
this one versus Lois.
He's supposed to get a show of his own, and I don't get it. Who wants to watch a show about Jimmy Olsen? I mean,
no. What I'm saying is, I think he actually got more screen time than Lois did.
Yeah, but and I'm telling you, he's about to set up a TV show about Jimmy Olsen, featuring Jimmy Olsen as the main character. Who wants that? That's my question. I don't think
not
I don't
me.
think he's anyone's favorite character. So
no, not me. I'm good with the Jimmy Olsen spinoff, but I was just saying he got a lot of screen time over Lois.
If the Jimmy Olsen show is only an excuse to give him like the Superman's pal watch, then I'm out.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't there like a complete Jimmy Olsen comic book back in
Yeah,
the day?
Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. Yep.
But I don't think they ever made a Lois Lane only comic book, did they?
Hopefully not.
I don't think
Hopefully
they
not.
had her as like her own comic, but Jimmy Olsen had his.
I gotta look
I
this
don't know. They're super boring. Both of them. They're super boring. Even the Kents, they made them boring as fuck. I don't know. This whole movie smelled like vanilla to me, and that was my issue. You go from and there's no way to not do a comparison between the two of them. You look at Cavill's Superman, and he's this godlike huge dude that is going to break some shit up, and you have no way of winning against them. To looking at Corn Sweat Superman, and he's worried about squirrels, and I don't know. It's a complete different vibe from a guy with the same set of powers.
Well, it's the same thing. Can you compare Christopher Reeve's movies to Henry Cavill's movies? They're completely different. You can't compare those.
Yeah,
really.
but they're from decades ago, not from a
Right.
couple of years ago. So
And that's what he was trying to hit, though. He was trying to hit that feel good, I'm going to rescue cats out of a tree type vibe, the wholesome glory days is what I think James Gunn was shooting for.
Yeah.
And I understand what you're saying, but that's what I believe he actually was stated, that he was trying to go for that feeling.
Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane was a comic with over 100 published issues from the.
Wow.
Good God.
I didn't
By
read
the way,
any of them.
By the
I was
way,
like,
the Superman and Lois TV show, I thought was the best portrayal of Lois Lane I've ever seen.
It's pretty solid.
I never watched it.
Wait, you never watched Superman and Lois?
No.
You're talking about the newer one or the old one with Dean Cain? Which one?
the one from CW.
No, the new one.
The Dean.
The
Okay.
one that just finished.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah, okay. I
Of
thought you were
course you
talking
did.
about.
Of course,
I thought you were talking about Dean Cain.
Clark. Maybe Clark.
Right.
What
Oh,
is that?
I was saying he might be thinking of Lois and Clark, not.
Yes.
Right. No.
Yes.
It was called Superman and Lois, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that portrayal, her battle with cancer, all of that stuff, I thought was very well done.
Also, on the subject of a Superman movie with no Lois Lane, I'm trying to remember. Does Margot Kidder appear in Superman 3?
I think for like 5 minutes.
Didn't she leave to go on like somewhere else to do a report or
Yeah,
something?
she
like at
went
the very beginning,
on a
Paris
vacation
on
or
assignment
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went on like a vacation to Paris or something.
I was like,
Yeah.
damn, we almost
Yeah.
had one for Witty, but nope.
Oh
What
boy.
did Superman 4: The Quest for Peace have him?
Oh yeah, because remember they had that awkward scene where Lois Lane and Lacey Warfield
Oh, that's right. That's
meet
right.
with Clark Kent and Superman, and he's flying out the fucking windows and changing
Yeah.
things, and he burns Lois's turkey on purpose just to. Superman's a dick. Like I love that there's a whole website called SupermanIsADick.com or something like that. Funny instances where Superman just does the meanest shit to Lois Lane. All the time. You might actually like that, Witty, if you go look that one up. It's he does some funny shit to her throughout the comic histories where you're like, what the hell, man? There's so many great covers of Superman being an asshole. It's wonderful. You got to look them up.
Indeed. And speaking of
I just
covers,
don't think we had enough time, maybe, to just chat because it's been too long.
I know.
We haven't had a show.
and I was gonna take that time to segue actually from that to speaking of comics. I just want to share really quick AB's reading list before we sign off. Deadpool Batman 1. You have to get this on your reading list, folks. This is really, really good. It's the first crossover that Marvel has done with DC in how long? It's been years. over a
Fuck
decade.
Marvel.
What was that?
Is it being published under Marvel? Because I don't have any access to it, or even like
It is. It is.
my-
So this issue is published by Marvel. The next one will be published by DC, and then so on and so on and so forth. So yeah, you have to go out of your way to get them, but
Yeah.
it's worth reading.
Step foot into my local comic shop again. That guy's gonna be like, man, you haven't pulled up your list in 10 years.
But no, it is a great comic, and it's everything I thought it was going to be. It's so prophetic. I actually thought that, look, Deadpool is no match for Batman, regenerative powers or otherwise, right? Batman is way smarter than Deadpool will ever be and could ever hope to be. So Batman doesn't need to beat Deadpool. All he has to do is outsmart him. And that's the key to the comic book, folks. I think once you dive into it, you're going to love it. It's got everybody. It's got the Joker in it. Actually, the Joker is the one who recruits Eobard Thawne to go find somebody as crazy as the Joker so that he can take care of Batman. And that's who he finds. He finds Deadpool. It's a pretty crazy story. I won't spoil too much more of it for you. But the other comic that I want to show you guys is Absolute Evil, right? This is from the Absolute Universe. And I've been reading the Absolute Universe on trade paperback when it's come out. And that one, Absolute Evil #1, just blew my fucking mind, right? Because I don't want to spoil it, but I'd want to make sure that you guys have an opportunity, if you really want to get out there and give these a go, because these are fantastic comics. And with that, I will stop wasting everybody's time, and let's take it around the horn and get everybody's last word today, because I know we are running really long today. We are running long. So let's...
Anniversary edition, baby.
It is. Let's start off with Biff. What's your last word, buddy?
Yeah, so we haven't chopped it up in a while, so it's okay that we ran a little long. But by the way, as you just referenced, like, who can beat Batman?
Oh,
Right? Like, I mean, geez.
Who can't?
Batman can get beaten.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if it's Superman. It doesn't matter. They all lose to Batman.
Gravity.
It just happens over and over and over and
prep
over.
time.
Right.
So, yeah, that's my final word. Like, of course, you got
to.
Bane.
Yeah, please. Everyone loses to Batman. That's my final word.
Darkseid fucked them up pretty good in final.
Yeah.
Darkseid. He's a Superman villain, not a Batman villain.
Is that all you want to say, buddy?
That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much for being on the show today, pal. SEKJU, what's up, buddy? Give us your last word, pal.
Oh, just happy to be back, and it was a pleasure chatting with everyone again, and hopefully we'll get to do it again sometime soon. I'm sure there's more DC topics we can cover, but
positive there will be.
Us back. It was awesome.
I'm positive there will be. Thanks for showing up today, buddy. I appreciate you. Retpmus?
I just want to say I appreciate the call. I appreciate everybody on here. I greatly miss the times and the chats we had with each other, arguing with Witty and Biff and SEKJU about opinions, which is great.
Yeah.
That's what makes all of this fantastic, because we all have different points of view. And if everybody liked the same exact thing, it would be boring. We wouldn't have anything to really discuss or, compare against, because we would all have the same, ideals, concepts, feelings, but we don't. And that's what makes a great show, because I can say, oh, this is wonderful because of this. And Witty can say it's trash because of this. And, and then we can argue back and forth, but who is right and who's wrong? We both are. There is no right or wrong. It's just your perspective and what you enjoy. Mm-hmm. And I just know that I enjoy all the time with you guys, and I appreciate you all.
Well, thank you very much, Retpmus. And I think I speak for all of us when I say we appreciate you too, buddy.
Thank you.
And by the way, Retpmus, when you think about that, the way I always think about that concept in a certain way is think about a restaurant menu.
Mm-hmm.
If everyone liked the same thing.
Yeah, there would just be the one thing, or
Exactly. So
Yeah.
think about that from that perspective, that opinions are like a restaurant menu.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all like something different, and we all need variety, and we all need to. I hate it when, like, my parents come here and they're very political, and they're looking at the political landscape on the political TV station that aligns with their views, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we never learn anything from consuming something that agrees with us.
Right. The only thing is, to make everything great is you just have to respect everybody's opinion.
Exactly.
And don't force yours onto someone else. If you like something I don't, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But don't degrade me because I like something, and I don't degrade you because you like something different. Just accept
100%.
everything for what they like and who they are. And I think that's what makes us great with all of us here, because we don't belittle each other because we have disagreements. We just thrive off of it, really.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you very much, buddy.
Maybe audio questions.
What's that?
You were out again, buddy.
I was out again? God damn it.
Yeah.
It's just me. That's like I keep saying.
No.
Or maybe it's just a dramatic pause.
No. I'm too close to the mic, and by the way, my audio is going to suck on this episode. So just forewarning everybody. But that's life, I guess. That's what I get for trying to do a fancy show today. Witty, give us your last word.
It's always hard to have that final word. I'm not one to make super inspirational stuff, so I'm just gonna say it was fun to come back from retirement and share some laughs over whatever it is that keeps us together, whether it's DC, movies, shows, comics, games, spam, wherever it is. It's not about what keeps us apart, it's what keeps us together, even after all this time. And thank you, AB, for making it happen.
Oh, you're welcome, Witty. You're welcome. And by the way, I want to thank all of you out there in YouTube land for joining us today. You like what we have to say? Get in our comments and tell us. Give me the thumbs up. Give me the subscribe. Give me the like. Give me all that stuff. And for the rest of the All-Stars, for Witty, for Biff, for SEKJU, and for Retpmus, we'll see you all right here next time for another fantastic episode of AAD. So long, everybody.